Welcome back to News Geelong as we continue to cover Good News Week from our great city. Don't tell me what I can't do, let me show you what I can. That's the driving motto behind the Federation of International Sport Aerobics. The Australian team is currently at the FISAF World Championships being held in Eindhoven, Netherlands, being well represented across many sections. Debbie Meaney caught up with two of our Geelong champions of this energetic and dedicated sporting activity.
A group of Surf Coast mums are celebrating after recently winning the Over 35s step event at the Federation of International Sport and Fitness Aerobics Championships held recently. I caught up with two of the team's competitors, Kerry Smith and Nola Pettawaith, to fill us in on their win.
We were in Sydney for a national sport aerobics competition and competed in an over 35 step team routine, and we had done a lot of training getting up to that point. This was a competition that was at a national level, so we'd competed at state championships and won a gold medal, and we progressed through to the national championship. So spent 4 days in Sydney competing at quite a large competition with children ranging from 3 years of age to us, the older group, known as the grandmothers of the group. Yeah. That was what we were heard to have kids saying as we were walking past.
We walked past and the kids would say, "Oh, look at the grandmas, how are they?"
And that's a positive role model, isn't it, for ladies our age?
It wasn't a negative thing at all from them. And we got, they were sort of looking and laughing and saying, "Oh, look at them," and was with a smile. So I consider it really is a good role model.
And how did you actually get into it?
I actually have a daughter that competes in competition and was at Nationals 3 years ago and watched an over 35 step category on stage. And my daughter's coach is a neighbour, and I said to her, "Oh, we could do that." And when she told me the story of going up behind stage and seeing those teams having their champagne and enjoying life before they got on stage, and I heard that story, I thought, oh, we can definitely do that. We can go and have a bit of fun. And I said it in joke, but of course I was put under pressure the next year. Justine said, okay, it's time to look at a step routine. Let's get everybody together. And last year we actually had about 20 people who came along, thought they'd have a go, and we dropped down to 9 last year and struggled with lots of injuries and had people in and out, and made it to Nationals last year and got a silver medal, and decided, I think we got that burning energy to keep going, so had another go this year and got our gold medal this year.
Very motivated group, yeah, all of us from very diverse backgrounds, but very motivated. And for 9 women to be together in such an intense situation, there's a lot of training, a lot of tiredness, some injuries, and personal stuff going on. It was a really nice journey with a great end result.
Well, congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Debbie Meaney in Torquay for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. Victorian Health Minister Daniel Andrews had a bird's eye view at the launching of the 2 new operating theatres at Barwon Health this week. The Minister officially opened the 2 new operating theatres that will eventually each treat up to 1,000 patients annually. It has increased the number of operating theatres at Geelong Hospital from 8 to 10, as Ian Nichols reports.
The Geelong Hospital is undergoing a further expansion program today, the introduction of 2 new operating theatres. In fact, it takes the total to 10. The hospital is going ahead in leaps and bounds, and of course very soon will have its second community hospital on the southern side of the city. But today, Health Minister Daniel Andrews is in town to make the important announcement.
And the team here at Barwon Health have done a fantastic job. As I said a moment ago, to run a hospital and a building site at the same time is no easy thing, and they've done a great job. These extra theatres are the best, modern equipment, the best possible technology for the best surgeons to treat more patients and to treat them faster. What these new theatres mean is that something like 2,000 additional local patients will be able to get the surgery they need faster than they otherwise would have. So that's a great thing, that's very important, and we're proud and pleased to have been able to provide the funding to make these new theatres and the upgrade of the older theatres possible. It comes as part of almost $64 million in funding that's been provided over the last 2 years, both to upgrade and improve theatre capacity, bed capacity, but also to open new intensive care beds. Again, it's important that we as a government support Barwon Health so that it can support families that live right throughout the Barwon Southwest region. That's what we've been doing, and that's what we'll continue to do.
special thanks goes out to the Barwon Health Foundation. They've raised the community, our community, Geelong community, they've raised some $720,000 that goes towards some of the equipment and some of the furnishings for the new theatres. So we've always got a strong history of Geelong. We've been very generous to our hospital. In fact, there's a got a fun run on in the ensuing weeks that's also about a fundraiser for the Geelong Hospital. So congratulations to Geelong people for their generosity. Geelong people have got a strong history of philanthropic donations, have been generous towards Barwon Health, and this is another example of that. Their contribution is not insignificant. It's $720,000. That's not a small amount of money, and they ought to be congratulated on raising that amount of money.
At the Geelong Hospital in Ryrie Street, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. The Anglesea Art Walk is a community art project that has created a new art-filled walking track from the home of the pouncing, bouncing kangaroos at Anglesea. The art walk adds to the area's natural beauty and the strong artistic communities that brings together the whole community to create yet another attraction that enhances the Anglesea and Surf Coast areas, as Debbie Meaney reports.
Community groups in Anglesea are looking forward to this weekend's launch of the Community Art Walk. To fill us in, I caught up with Annette, Dwyer, the co-ordinator, and Katie Van Newton, the artist.
The project started 2.5 years ago from an idea at the Anglesea District Community House, and what we wanted to do was to have a project that all people in town could be involved in, but it also to showcase the history, the flora and the fauna of Anglesea.
And Katie, this has been a big project for you.
It's been massive. It's been everything for the last year of my life, pretty much.
And give me some of the groups that were involved.
Okay, Historical Society, Primary School, Angare, that's the environmental group, the Community House and Business and Tourism.
But other groups or individuals have been involved, haven't they?
They certainly have. Because we wanted people to be able to meet other people in town, we threw out open the workshops to anyone in town who'd like to come and learn to mosaic tile, and then they could join in with one of those 6 key groups in helping to construct their particular mosaic sculpture.
And you've designed it and they've done the work basically, is that right?
The design's been a collaboration, so the 6 groups that I just mentioned, I went to them and talked about what they are about and what they want to represent, and then out of that came the design, and we all put in for the design. Basically I sort of, I did the design with consultation with the community groups, and then half the town's been involved with the making of them.
This is Debbie Meaney in Anglesea for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. This is News Geelong as we go to a break and return with sport and weather after this.